Hello everyone, my name is TheMadScorpyon and welcome to another This Week in Destiny update, this time for July the 25th, the last of July. Getting into it, the topics: PvP strike team updates, exotic class item issues, new attunement options for the Brave Arsenal weapons, an art show, Bungie Foundation tournament, Bungie rewards, Captain Jackson pin, favorite builds of the week as they mentioned, and Final Shape cinematic bloopers. I guess this might be a blooper reel. So on the front page, State of Crucible, just general, some things changing in the August 0.05 up or 8.0.5 update. Some general Crucible changes. There will be 6v6 map weighting, increasing the weighting of popular maps and decreasing weighting of unpopular maps. Which, on that note, I honestly think Bungie should develop the same thing that Rainbow Six Siege did, where at least in 6v6 casual, I'll say, there was a set of 10 maps, and let's say that every different episode, every act, the 10 maps rotate. That way we can at least have a variety without having this too much variety. But then there is going to be improved lobby balancing, moving to the second variant of Snake Draft with improved systems in dealing with fire teams, updating quitter systems. The system should be more lenient for players who rarely quit or get disconnected, but much more restrictive on habitual quitters. And of course, the sandbox update, PvP nerfs to Threaded Spectre and Swarm Grenades, as those have allegedly been quite oppressive. For Trials of Osiris, the passage of Persistent update for trios. While in a 3-person fire team, losses will not remove a win from this passage. Interesting. For competitive, Clash, reducing the score to win to bring matches closer to our 8-minute target, and Collision improving spawn logic. Then for Iron Banner, temporarily removing Tribute for additional improvements, looking to address things like the semi-random bank locations and kills not providing points. Get ready to get into the weeds, let's go. So, I will just kind of roll past these things, or at least I'll skim through it on my eyes. Let's see, spawning heavy zone, quality of life updates, base end of match rewards improved. Let's see, map weighting, that is basically they'll improve the likelihood of some maps, reducing others for others. Some things staying the same. Improvements to lobby balancing, as they mentioned, taking into account random let's see. Works for all solo games, doesn't handle fire team. However, average skill works better for fire teams, but can lead to frustrating team compositions. More issues with quitters and some abilities. What they're doing specifically to Threaded Spectre is reducing Emis's strength of the Threaded Spectre by half versus players at a short delay before the Emesis takes effect. Reduce Threaded Spectre detonation damage versus players by 45%. And for the Swarm Grenade, reduce the distance that Swarm Grenade submunition projectiles can travel once they begin tracking a target by 20%. Continuing to monitoring all feedback, and keep in mind, this is just something else. Next week will be a more in-tune update for things coming next update. So there is also some details of ammo economy and how special ammo works. But let's see. Moving forward, the blended system will be the default system for Crucible until we have completed the rebuild of the ammo meter, a process which is extremely complex but is well underway. We'll provide an update in the future when we know more about the potential release time. Soon we'll be swapping trials over to the blended system, not the system we activated 1 weekend where we retain ammo between rounds, and the prototype meter will be fully deprecated from our core experience. We will, however, continue to allow the meter to be selected as an ammo option in private matches and used to be the default ammo system for checkmate game modes. Let's see, for trials, some passage updates, wealth, rewards, extra trials rank with every win, the amount, well, let's just see. Mercy's been updated. If a player hasn't gone flawless for a week, 2 losses can be forgiven. Reverts to its old behavior of forgiving a single loss once gone flawless. Reward updates. Any win has a 50% chance to drop in a non-adept weekly weapon. Once you have been flawless and are playing on a 7-win card, also have a 50% chance to drop the adept version of the weapon on wins. While playing as a trio for game completions, it does not have to be a win. You get an additional 50% drop of non-adept, 50% chance at Trials Engram, and bonus Trials Reputation. You now get bonus rewards including armor, enhancement cores, weapons, and enhancement prisms based on how many wins you got before your card became flawed. Then, for the passive persistence, when you play as a trio, we've updated the passage of persistence so that losses will no longer remove wins. This means that you will play trials as a full fire team on the passage of persistence. You only need to get 7 wins total, and you'll receive a drop of the weekly adept weapon. Quitting a match will result in the win having been subtracted. You must complete the match for it to forgive the loss. We still want to make trials more rewarding for more kinds of players. We will have more details on the matter in the longer term. We are looking to bring more players into trials by offering alternate 3v3 experience, that more like Iron Banner. In terms of loot chase, we're not being mostly reliant on wins. We also want to make challenger pools less of an all or nothing experience. We can lean on that, what we've started with the flawed card rewards and bleh. For competitive, they're moving to rank-based matchmaking. That's always an unfortunate issue because, man, ranks are a crapshoot. But yeah, more and more changes to competitive, changes to Iron Banner, lots of stats. I'm not gonna lie, I'm just gonna go past this just because it's all Crucible. What else can change except rewards and how they matchmake? Now, let's see, the final shape introduced new exotic class items that can roll with the same awesome perk combinations that enhance your prismatic builds. This has made them highly sought after reward and seen feedback from players that it's currently difficult to get enough drops to target the rolls you want. Yeah. There's literally 36 combinations possible, if I remember my math. Now, to address this, currently targeting the follow changes for early August, increasing chances for drops when opening overthrow chest. As you open chest tied to overthrow activities, your chances will increase. Higher tiered chests give a bigger increase to drop chances. This should decrease the amount of time it takes on average to get an exotic class item. We meet watching feedback on taking further action if necessary. Reducing the chances for unrelated pale heart chests and free loam to encourage overthrow participation. That's not going to help. Increased chances stored up from overthrow chests applied to Lost Sectors co-op missions that take place in the Pale Heart. Not gonna lie, this is one really big issue right here. Because at current, my team, or at least some of the people I know, literally just do a lap of opening chests and we pretty much ignore overthrow. Because overthrow is quite tedious in the long run. After you get everything from it, even hell, after doing the Kavasov tip, overthrow is already boring at this point. It is just quite tedious. I get you can have people matchmake to make it simpler, but at the same time, I do not want to be incentivized to run overthrow. I'd rather be incentivized to have more, or just put my nose to the grindstone and possibly earn more, not earn less because I'm not playing overthrow. That I have an issue with, honestly. Then moving into Attunement. So if you recall that earlier this year when Onslaught was initially introduced, that we had Attunement that allow us to get an enhanced drop rate for individual weapons. Now during let's see, an update of 8.0.5, players can visit Zavala in the tower to access the new Onslaught Attunement menu. From there, players can select a single Brave Arsenal weapon they'd like to attune to, increasing the drop chance by 60%. In Onslaught, that is an increase from the 50% drop chance increase from Into the Light attunement system provided. There's no cooldown or cost, can swap a weapon at any time, and your selected weapon will remain unchanged until you change it or deactivate the attunement. If you're chasing an elusive Brave Arsenal gold roll, now is the perfect time to jump in. With the creative, Brave Arsenal God roll. I thought it said gold as in the limited time thing. But then there is, of course, the Destiny 2 art show, which is a thing that if you want to attune to, let's see. Join us in Los Angeles, New York, and London for a celebration of the Destiny universe featuring over 30 pieces of original art, including paintings, ghost sculptures, props, and more. Must-see experience for all ages. Entry is free. Just to be sure to keep an eye out on the socials. Who wants to go to New York or Los Angeles for that? I joke, though. It's nice to see that they're getting out there. And Bungie Foundation, if you don't know, there is a Bungie Foundation stream today, starting at 10 a.m. Pacific. Well, I guess it's possibly already gone, but tune into the live stream if you can. And if you don't know, there was a bit of a development in terms of the Destiny story, where Failsafe got a frog and named it Captain Jacobson. And because of that, we now have a spiritual successor pin, which is just honestly adorable. And yes, Nessus does have frogs now. For build of the week, of course, everyone is doing a variety of things. But see, they featured a Solar Warlock build. Oh my god, a not prismatic build video in this economy. And then there is, of course, a Cade blooper, which I will scroll past just because they don't have audio set up. If you wish to watch it, obviously, check it out. Free Strange Coins, release of 0.07 or 0.7 last week. An issue was introduced where the Strange Favor buff is not providing bonus coins. As a resolution, all players should be able to claim 47 Strange Coins from Xur, Agent of the Night, when he appears in the tower. One-time bundle for each account. It will be available to claim until August 27th. You must have 52 Strange Coins or less to acquire this bundle of coins, as they do max out at a certain number. Then, for known issues, a subset of players are unable to claim rewards or passages from Saint 14 and or unable to receive post-game items in trials. Enigma Protocol and some battlegrounds do not grant progress towards the first step in Specimen ID and SS04 quest to open chests at the end of Echo activities. Honestly, just run the higher difficulty, what's the word? Breach executable. That will give you it'll be 2 runs max, and since there is matchmaking, you can probably do it pretty easily. On rare occasions, the witness cannot be killed in the Salvation's Edge raid after depleting its health, soft blocking the activity. Players may need to return to orbit and relaunch the activity to circumvent the soft block. Havoc hardware is currently displayed as normal alongside normal hardware in the Crucible Lab selection list. Havoc hardware is the second option and can be identified by the Havoc rules modifier. The Battleground Echoes playlist does not feature commendations at the end of each battleground. I actually noticed that. The only fire team leader can purchase the Monolithic Memento in the Salvation's Edge raid after meeting the requirements. Launching into the new battlegrounds features a long bright white screen when first spawning in. I figured that was honestly by design. It seemed kind of as they meant it. The first encounter of the Salvation's Edge raid does not grant progress to the Unified Front Triumph if the team is made up entirely of Warlocks. Quite weird there. But from that is of course the help forum. If you want to review the known issues article and submit anything to the help forum, keep that in mind. And some interesting art of the Conductor and Saint, and from there, movie of the week, which is the taking events after the King's Fall. Interesting. But from that point, that is the end of This Week in Destiny. Now, I did scroll past a broad majority of the last bits of the Crucible changes, but then again, they sounded very similar, as it rarely divulges from recently. Either Crucible changes is either sandbox, spawns, special ammo, or matchmaking. It's literally those four things every time we get something from the PvP Strike team. Otherwise, it is literally just a new mode that is a test frame, or maybe a new map, but that was, you know, there's a rare form we ever see new maps. But from that point, my name is TheMadScorpyon, and I will see you in the next video.